So Aoife, welcome to Manchester United. It's just been a short trip across the city, I suppose, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm really excited to get started here. Like you say, it's been a short trip across the city. We've just closed a chapter of 2 years at Man City, and I'm really excited to start this new chapter. Obviously, going from one side of the derby to the other, that's going to invoke a lot of passion and opinions and chat amongst the fans. And I think that's something that we love about football. And so first and foremost, I'm just looking forward and excited to working hard for this club.
So what can the players and the football club expect from you as a player?
As a defender, I'm a 1v1 defender. I think that's my bread and butter. In recent years, I'm a ball-playing footballer, and so something in the mix of that is, I think, what we can expect to see.
You have Champions League experience behind you. Is that something that you're hoping to bring to Manchester United? Was that a draw for you to come here?
Definitely. Like you say, I've got a bit of Champions League experience. I think that that's the next step for this club now. I think this club was kind of pushing on the fringes of that last season, especially with a great first half of the season. And I think that if I could be part of something in these coming seasons that was able to break the door of that and get into Europe, I can imagine that the fans would really love that. So that's definitely an ambition of mine to be part of.
For you personally as well, you've had a long-term injury that you've came back in January. How are you? How's your recovery been from that?
Well, firstly, thanks for asking. I'm fine, thank you. Thankfully, the injury's behind me now. I rehabbed it for quite a while. Been back since the end of January. Took its time. The rehab sort of saddled the pandemic and all that time that we did at home. And so I'm looking forward to kind of almost changing the narrative on that now and putting that behind me. I'm looking forward to getting back out onto the pitch and putting in the performances and just being a player again. Obviously, the injury was part of the story. I've had quite a long career so far, but with it being the most recent experience, it's what we want to chat about, and it's what people so kindly ask me how I'm doing on. And so that was then, and of course this new chapter at Manchester United is now.
And gaining more international recognition, I imagine, is an important thing for you.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't actually thinking of that until you asked me. Of course, I think every player wants to play for their national team, me as well. And so if that was something that was to come as a byproduct, well, that will take its own time and its own form. But really, I'm just excited to be part of this team and being around some of the players that here. I've played with some of the girls before, and I'm just so excited for that.
And who are the familiar faces? Who do you know from previous encounters or teammates?
So I played with a couple of girls before, Lucy Stan and Hayley Ladd, to say a couple. I've been with some of the girls on Youth England teams, Millie Turner, a little bit of Ella Toone. And so I'm excited for that. I'm already getting jabs and jives. Katie Zell, another one. So they won't let me get off lightly from any jokes, that's for sure. They're also characters and personalities that I really want to be around. I think that they're demanding, they're ambitious. That's something that certainly rubs off on me, and hopefully that there'll be some aspects of me that might helpfully rub off on them as well. And so yeah, excited to be part of this and see what we can achieve.
And did any of those players that you mentioned there, were they speaking to you ahead of your transfer up here to United?
Yeah, I mean, I chat to them anyway, and so that they've been quite good friends anyway. Of course, sort of rumours get around, and I think that they were a big draw to make this move towards this club. It's certainly from the outside looking in anyway, and of course they will testify being on the inside. It seems like a club that has a lot of ambition and seems to have something quite special in terms of the team and the unity, and I think that we can take that for granted sometimes. So I'm looking forward to being part of something new, and kind of being a part of a culture that can hopefully prod our way into Europe.
Now that you are on the inside, what's your impression of the facilities of the football club from where you're sat?
I mean, so far, I've literally just turned up today, so I don't have an in-depth experience, but it's been only positive. I don't know if that's just a symptom of us being up north anyway. Everyone's lovely up here, but definitely having a really positive experience so far. Everyone's so welcoming, obviously, and so hopefully that will continue, but definitely really enjoying it so far.
It's an interesting period for the WSL, isn't it, with the new broadcast deals that have been arranged with Sky and BBC next season. Really puts a spotlight on the women's game, doesn't it?
Definitely, and I think that, like, obviously the women's game has been growing, And so I think that this kind of period of growth has been coming for a while. I think it's great, and I think that with that comes expectations from the supporters. I've had a little look on Twitter. I know that they're passionate, that they're ambitious, that they've got high standards, that they want this club to play in Europe, and so it's kind of a heavy weight on all of our shoulders as players, and we certainly feel that responsibility, and I'm really hoping that I can step up to that and kind of be part of something that can fulfil on that and kind of make them happy and make them proud.
Yeah, so just finally then, you spoke about the fans. We haven't had them in the ground for months now. They'll be itching to see you live. What would your message be to those United fans?
My message would be loud, be supportive, bring all your views, all your opinions, all your passion, all your ambition. The atmosphere that the fans create really change how we feel as footballers when we play, and I think every footballer, no matter what team you're on, would say that it's not been the same. It's not been the same without the fans, and I think that the United fans in their own right are known across the WSL as being the most supportive and the most passionate, and so hopefully I can break onto the inside of that and kind of benefit from a little bit of that as well, but we'll see. As a team, we have to earn that right, and we know that.
Aoife, welcome to Manchester United. Great to have you here. Good luck on your career with us.
Thanks so much.